Okay, we're back here at TB's portable blacksmith shop and trying to get the steel to melt still yet. Get it hot enough to shape into something. So far, I've got 9 pounds of charcoal, and so far it hasn't done too much softening of that metal. You see, to melt steel, you got to get it up at least 3,000 Fahrenheit in order to get it to pound out. I believe it's 3,000 Fahrenheit. But anyhow, it's got to be a lot hotter than what this charcoal's burning. Okay, now, granted, this is the cheapest charcoal I can get at Walmart's, but I was just trying to do it where it's cheaper for a poor man, or any average citizen could build their own knives or kitchenware or hunting knife or anything they want to build from steel. And so far, I don't think much of it, what they're telling on YouTube. They claim that charcoal is supposed to melt steel. Well, I'm going to give it a chance. Don't get me wrong, but if it doesn't melt, soften the steel to where you can bend it down and shape it into what you want it, it's just really not that worth a darn to you. Like me, I've just wasted a bunch of charcoal, basically. Now, what I can do with this when I'm done, if it doesn't make a knife, I can burn me a hamburger over it. That's about what it's good for. At this point, I'm not too happy with the situation. Now, that being said, TB's getting ready to try to bend that steel again, and I get it hot enough. I'm going to see if I can hammer out a knife out of that today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the steel to work down flat enough or get hot enough to where you can do anything with it, but I'm going to give it a shot. Just because they say it can be done up there on the YouTube don't always mean it works. We're going to see if it does. I'm not calling them a liar yet, but we'll let the public be the judge when I get done here. You be the judge. If it doesn't bend that carbon steel and it don't get hot on charcoal, it ain't worth a darn to you. You see how fast my charcoal's burning up? Of course, I got the air on it continuously, trying to keep it hot enough, that coal, to get that steel hot enough to do what you want. I think it's going to be too expensive to use charcoal, because by the time you burn up several pounds of charcoal just to heat that steel, pardon my French, the steel, you're going to wind up spending too much money, to be honest with you. And this is TB telling you that, but you can be the judge yourself. All right, I'm getting ready to pound out a piece of steel. Let me set this camera up where maybe you'll be able to see me. I'm not sure, but we're going to give it a try. I don't have a tripod. I've got a plastic bucket. There it is. That's what it's going to be hanging in off my clothesline in my backyard. All right, here goes. Hang on. There we go. I'll try to set it up where you can watch me work this steel down. Well, if I can get that wind to let the bucket alone, it's going to whip it around a lot. I see that. Hang on. Let me see if I can pin it down. Get the clothespin on there. All right. I know it. I ain't got much stuff to work with here. But anyway, here we go. All right. Now, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm getting ready to pull this piece of steel. It's nothing but an ex-lawnmower blade. It's no good for nothing. But it is charcoal, it is hardened carbon steel. We're using charcoal to try to heat it. What they claim up on YouTube is supposed to heat this steel where you can make knives and stuff out of it. Now, file is good for making knives, but I still think you need coal. I noticed Dave was using coal up on YouTube. Let's see if that's hot enough. There it is, it's cherry red, so I gotta get busy. Check this out. It is getting hot enough, but it may cost more than it's worth. This is kind of hot yet. Oh, hang on there. Hot steel, boy. That feels good. Now you. Let me see if I can get this glove. That's pretty warm. I may have to put it back in the charcoal and let it heat some more. Dadgummit, I got the wrong glove. That's all right. We'll go ahead and put it back in the charcoal. Anyway, it is getting a little bit starting to heat it up, so maybe it will. But I think it's going to cost a lot more than coal, because coal don't burn as fast as charcoal. This darn charcoal is burning too fast. Alright, let me put some more charcoal on it. I'll see if I got any actual wood, hardwood. Here, I'll run out of charcoal. I got 9 pounds of charcoal is what I bought. So I figured I don't have to use all that much actually. Alright, we're going to try it again. It got red, so maybe it will. We'll see if it's going to really work out or if it's just another myth buster. But it is heating it. It's just taking a long time to do it. If we'd had actual coal, we'd done had it something. We got some steel heating up now. I'll let that heat up for another 20-30 minutes and kind of see what happens. But there it is. So I tell you what, I'm going to turn off the camera, save the battery, and when I get ready to beat it out again, I'll turn it back on and you'll be able to see what's going on. We'll see if we're going to be able to make a knife out of that junk or not. Okay, hang on folks, bear with me.